Hi, Internet. Matty here. Just wanted to chat with y'all. Hope you're having a happy holiday season, whatever religion you might be. On this day, 2010 years ago, Jesus was born. He made his presence. And
with
then,
all of his little elves.
1770 years later, Benjamin Franklin invented lightning.
And not really major.
And then
happened
100
between
years
those
later, Abraham Lincoln invented slavery. And then he repealed it because he realized it was probably a bad decision. And then like somewhere in there, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, which is nice. You know, and then
I uploaded all of this.
and then somewhere in the early 1900s, made a boat that sunk because apparently it's impenetrable everything but ice. It's really fucking stupid because it's in water. Should probably look after that. We have some sort of like a heat barrier, or, missiles.
You know what?
Or a captain that doesn't fall asleep.
Next time you need to bring your guitar.
Why?
So we can entertain the internets.
Alright.
The internets.
The next vlog will apparently be filled with musical stylings of one Matty D.
See, he can break out his guitar, and I could break out my keyboard.
I wasn't going to tell you my history lesson.
You can continue just a minute. I just wanted to show the keyboard. I really have no skill on that. If you've been following my song postings, I got nothing.
And then like
There he goes.
Like sometime after that big boat fell into the ocean and all those people died, which was sad. But then they made that movie. It was even sadder because that was really like a shitty part in Leonardo DiCaprio's career. Anyway, like
That old lady was kind of cute.
yeah, I'd probably do her, give him the chance. But then there was a world war. We won that one. And then like 20 years later, there's another world war. We won that one too. So fuck the rest of the world, I guess, because apparently all suck at wars.
Yeah, that's a good message to send on the World Wide Web.
Well, they know they lost the war. and then Vietnam was a war, but then since we lost it, they said it wasn't a war, so we still haven't lost the war. We're kind of playing with the stats, so it was just a conflict. And then Korea was before Vietnam, and that was a conflict, and we pretty much neutral in that because we won for a little bit, but then we lost too. So then, yeah, that was just a conflict too. Yeah, and then in the early 90s we went to war with Iraq because we wanted their oil and them to stop killing people. And that lasted like 36 hours. We killed them. So that was a war because apparently they suck at wars too, like Germany and Japan and all those foreign bastards. And then
I think what we need to do.
And then like
I need to go buy a green bed sheet to put behind you, so I can like green screen like some old wartime photos and shit to help really illustrate the point. Because somehow
September 11th, 2001, there was terrorist attacks on the World Trade Centers by terrorists. Supposedly Osama bin Laden was behind that, and then he hid in a cave. And there's a Family Guy episode in which Stewie Griffin found him and said, "Stay the hell away from Quahog." And then, yeah, that happened, and he's still in a cave. And then we've been at a war in Iraq and Afghanistan for about 9 years now. The Iraq conflict is now over. We've brought democracy to that region, and now we are in war with Afghanistan, and things are heating up with North Korea. And so much like mid-50s, we'll be beginning another conflict with them shortly, which I think we'll probably win this time because we have a lot more people, and we're really not afraid to fuck people up. Just because, like, you're like, hey guys, we hate democracy, and we're like, fuck you, we're capitalists, we do what we want. We want it, we take it. And so, like, that's pretty much world history, more or less, in a nutshell. Like, we fought some war, like, we fought England for America, and we won. And so England doesn't have America now. But then we're, like, friends with England now, so I guess it was kind of a good party. Maybe they were glad to get rid of us. I don't really know how that works out. And then, like, there was, like, French and Indian War. Really weird because it wasn't specifically between French and Indians, like, whatever. But then, yeah, man. And then, like, the Civil Wars, The war between America. What's so civil about war anyway? You know, it's kind of like Guns N' Roses says in that song. I don't need no civil war. You know.
He's really making history come alive, isn't he?
You know, I mean, that was the thing that was said, you know, in the late 80s by Axl Rose, you know, who now is really weird and does a lot of drugs, and he had that whole Chinese Democracy album, because apparently he doesn't need the rest of Guns N' Roses to be Guns N' Roses, because Slash didn't make the band.
That was weird. Slash is still awesome, though. I'd rather
Slash
call
did
Slash.
make the band. I'm just thinking Axl Rose. Anyway, Civil War was a battle between the states fought over slavery, which Abraham Lincoln invented, because he's a Nazi. And, oh, for future reference, probably all should know that I was born and raised in Slidell, Louisiana, so I do have a bit of a biased opinion on the Civil War.
He hates anybody that is this color or lower.
Except for he's my best friend, so figure that out. Civil War, there's like, you know, because up until the Civil War, the fighting style was line up in a nice hill, you know, go out and shake hands, you know, may the best man win, you stand in line and shoot at each other. But see, some genius in the mid-1850s, early 1860s invented the rifled bullet, which actually took it from a ball shape, which was very inaccurate and couldn't fly very far, expanded it out and put grooves in it so it had less wind resistance and as far high as more accurate.
I really should have brought out my tripod.
So, you know, they're standing at close quarters with a highly accurate, high-velocity bullet. Yeah, I do the math. There was like 500-something thousand people killed. Yeah, because like, and then like everybody's like, oh, the South's cheating because they were hiding in trees. Well, duh, they're gonna hide in trees. Nobody wants to just stand there and get fucking shot, especially when they're outmanned and outgunned. Duh, they're not gonna stand there, you dumbasses. Yeah, and then pretty much like, South was gonna win, but then like, for some god knows reason, they changed the capital of the South from Montgomery, Alabama to Richmond, Virginia. Figure that one out. Let's take it from the heart of our country to right there on the neighbor's doorstep. Not very smart. Then we lost the Battle of Gettysburg, and there's a Gettysburg Address. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
That it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright.
So Abraham Lincoln didn't let go of his slaves till after the Civil War. But hey, he's the president, right? He can do what he wants. And then John Wilkes Booth shot him, but he didn't die from the shot to the head because he's only shot with a Derringer, which is like essential to like a little smaller than a .22 bullet. And so like he actually died later in the hospital because the medical advancements at that time didn't allow them to remove it properly, and he died of like fever stuff because the bullet was in his head and got sick. But anyway, that's the world in a glimpse. Bye, Internet.
And if I can provide you with a look to the future, China.